What is up, my nerd army, guys? Thanks for tuning in. So this is going to be a requested history of video. This one was requested by my good buddy Anthony Knight. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, definitely go check it out. He's right here, but I'll leave his information in the description down below, guys. So go check it on out for me and tell him Nerds Mariah sent you. But let's get into this one, guys. The requested history of is the history of the New 52 Superboy. So this character has actually had a pretty crazy story coming out of the relaunch of the New 52. So this is the history of Superboy, New 52. Superboy actually was created in a lab by the criminal organization Nowhere. Now, Nowhere scientists were tracking him. He had lived in this tube for about 3 months, and Nowhere scientists were actually getting ready to pump him full of cyanide because he had no brain activity and no heartbeat. So they figured he was a dead, failed experiment. Let's kill it off. So what actually happened at that point is he just had so much overwhelming willpower inside him that he just exploded with rage and just exploded and destroyed everything around him. Now, when doing this, he actually came out and first thing he said is, "I'm Superboy." They trained him with virtual reality sessions implanted into him until he was ready to go on his first mission. Now, his first mission, they sent him to capture Cassie Sandsmark of the Teen Titans. Yes, they sent him to get Wonder Girl. Now, she was definitely overpowered by him. She was very much overpowered by him. She could not stand up to him. But that was the thing. Cassie was not alone. She had friends. Yes, some very awesome friends. Now, with the help of her friends, she was able to escape from Superboy's clutches. So he returns to Nowhere as a failure, and they're basically like, "I'm going to scrap the project." So he is imprisoned, and he is actually held there until some new friends come and save him. Yes, the Teen Titans, led by Red Robin. He eventually meets Kara Zor-El, yes, aka Supergirl. So he eventually does meet her, and upon physical contact with her, he can actually, one of his abilities allows him to see everything that she knows. So he gets to see her whole life. And in seeing her whole life, he knows Kryptonian. He now speaks Kryptonian. She names him Kon-El. Now, Kon-El, translated in Kryptonian, means abomination. Supergirl fights him with all of her might, trying to end him. Basically, she's trying just to take him out completely because he is an abomination. She knows he is a clone. Now, after a while, he keeps talking to her, and she ends up hearing a sincerity in his voice. And she lets him go free. Just lets him go. Later, he runs into a very prejudiced Kryptonian. He is prejudiced towards Kryptonian clones. Now, when they run into him, his name is Hell. He violently scans Superboy, and it has an odd effect on him. It actually makes his body unstable at a molecular level. Now, that means his whole entire body is completely unstable. Hell takes his body to Superman and Supergirl and basically says, "You guys need to take care of this, and you guys need to execute him. This will prove your loyalty to Krypton." Now, this was a problem for Superman. He had no intention on killing Superboy. He actually had a fondness for Superboy, so he takes it out on Hell. Now, Hell and Superman had a freaking crazy battle, but ultimately Superman did win. Now, like I said, Kon-El and Kal-El, Superman and Superboy, actually did have a mutual respect for each other. So, but after saving him, he had a newfound respect for Superman's heroism. Now, at this time, because his body is still unstable at a molecular level, Superman actually gives him a Kryptonian suit of armor to actually wear, and it does stabilize his body enough to deal with the pain. Later in the storyline, Superboy is actually tasked with going back in time to stop a temporal tsunami that actually could wipe out everything in existence if it's not checked. He arrives on Krypton when he's sent back in time a few days before its destruction. Now, when doing so, he arrives and he gets and goes in there and he takes care of the task he was sent there for. But before he left, he actually got into a bit of a pickle. An unexpected thing popped up. So something unexpected happened, and he actually had to sacrifice himself for the greater good to save all sentient life. So he gladly took it on upon himself and sacrificed himself and went out like a hero. Now his powers are actually really, really awesome. Now he has some pretty crazy powers, guys. Tactile telekinesis. Damn, that's a tongue twister. So using his tactile telekinesis, he can actually create a force field around him or around others to protect them. But he creates a force field around himself and then lifts himself and controls it with his mind. So that's how he actually flies. Unlike Superman, who actually his flight is an effect from the absorption of the yellow sun. So that's how he gets his flight. Tactile telekinesis, mind flying, yes, is how Superboy flies. Now, another really cool thing about this version of Superboy, so Superboy actually doesn't have to eat or sleep at all. He does sometimes to fit in or the norm kind of thing, but he does not need to consume any food or sleep one wink ever. So as you guys see, Superboy is an amazing character. I mean, the new 52 version is so much different than the back older version, or like the version you see in Young Justice. The new 52 version is just a crazy change on it, and it's not a bad thing. It's a totally different character, and it's really, really awesome how they did it. I really enjoyed it, guys. But let me know what you guys thought about this history of. Now, if you guys ever have any other history ofs you want to see me do, make sure to put them down in the comments below, guys, and I'll get to them. I'm making a list as people are requesting them, so bring them on, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. I have really enjoyed doing this history of. Thanks again to my buddy Anthony Knight, guys. Go check his channel out. Information's in the description below. But yeah, dude, thank you very much. Superboy was an awesome suggestion. Bring another one if you got another one. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like, thumbs up button if you would be so kind. And make sure you smash that subscribe button, guys. Come hang out with me and talk everything nerdy. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I'm Andrew. You have been watching Nerds Merized. Peace out.